Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Gilbert, and I'm here with a little Phantasy Star Online 2. I like this game, but I wish they would hurry up and release the North American version. I've heard it's been delayed. That sucks. I was wondering what was going on with that. Oh well. Anyway, so I was leveling the Techer class, and I had some emergency codes that were fun. I got a lot of these, and you'll see. Anyway, here's Cattertan. He's pretty easy. I've pretty much learned the patterns of most of the early bosses, so I don't really struggle with them anymore. Now, well. Anyway, while this is going on, there are some issues to discuss. The first and most obvious being, I haven't uploaded a video in a while, and there's a reason for that. Basically, I ran out of, recorded footage and audio, and I just didn't feel like recording more. And that's pretty much it. I don't know, I haven't felt like recording in a while. And I know, I need to get back into it. Part of the problem was that the files I'm getting out of the HD PVR aren't the correct resolution. And to fix them is a bit of a pain in the ass. So what I've been doing is I've been taking the files, putting them into a program called VideoMonkey, and then using that to re-export them in the correct aspect ratio at the correct resolution. Unfortunately, this is still stretched because you've probably noticed on all my Phantasy Star Online videos, there are black lines on the sides. These aren't supposed to be there, and I don't know why they're there. I don't know why they're showing up in their recording. The worst part of this is that it's not just Phantasy Star Online. I tried testing some other GameCube games on both my Wii U and my GameCube. Both get these black lines, and it screws up the resolution. It's scrunching the image a little bit. So all my Phantasy Star Online videos are a little bit stretched, and it drives me crazy when video is stretched. I don't care about black lines. I care about people not looking super fat or super thin, just deformed. It looks wrong, and I really hate it. I don't want the video to be stretched, and that's been driving me crazy about my Phantasy Star Online videos. And fixing it has just been a pain in the ass, mostly because I can't crop those lines out. iMovie, being a $15, $20 program on the App Store or whatever, iMovie is not complex enough to allow me to just crop out those black lines and then stretch the rest of the video out to be what it's supposed to be. iMovie will let you crop, but it will only let you do it within whatever aspect ratio you chose when you started your project. So, if you chose a 4x3 project, you can only crop in 4x3 in a 4x3 window. You can't change, you can't screw with that. You can't unlock that or anything. If you choose, 16:9, you can only crop in 16:9. So there's no way for me to crop those black lines out without cropping part of the image I want as well, which doesn't solve the problem of the video being scrunched, it's just hiding it. So I haven't done that, but it's been frustrating that I couldn't fix it. And honestly, my needs for video editing have changed since I started uploading videos. There are things I need to be able to do, like fixing the aspect ratio, and things I want to be able to do, like, have multiple video tracks and maybe do overlays and stuff like that. And iMovie doesn't allow you to do those things. So I've been looking for alternatives, but my alternatives have all been in the $300 plus range. Until finally, a friend of mine found out that Sony makes more than just Vegas for video editing. They also make some software called Sony Movie Studio Platinum. And I've found that this software does exactly the things I need it to, and it does, and more. You know, it does the things I need it to do and the things I want it to do as well. So, and I've been messing with the trial. In fact, this video right now is being edited in a trial version of Movie Studio Platinum. And I went ahead and ordered it off Amazon for basically half off. I'm getting it for $50 instead of $100, which is good, because if it was $100, I wouldn't have bought it. Yeah, even $100 is sort of out of the price range of what I'm willing to spend for this, because I feel like I don't want that much more, you know. So I shouldn't need to spend $1,000 to get Adobe Premiere or whatever. You know, I don't need all that. I just need some basic things, at least things I think are basic. So yeah, I ordered that off Amazon. I had a free Prime trial, so I, used that. I'm gonna get it today, actually. And this will enable me to finally fix my Phantasy Star Online videos, and I'll actually feel more comfortable, recording some other GameCube games as well, because I'll be able to fix the resolution. I don't know, maybe I'll do, like, Wind Waker or something. I don't know. We'll see. Perhaps Metroid Prime. I really do I like Metroid Prime. That's a good one. So, there are some more options now. And I'm looking forward to that. Speaking of options, I've recently discovered that the Wii U, which I do have, does in fact support component. And I do have a component cable for the Wii, and it's the same cable for the Wii U. So if you've got a Wii and a component cable, it'll work for the Wii U. So I'm able to record the Wii U through component at 720p with my HD PVR, which is good news, because I had been looking around for HDMI to component converters and that kind of stuff, because to replace my HD PVR with what I would like, which is a Black Magic Intensity shuttle with Thunderbolt, that thing would be about $250, and that's expensive, and I can't really afford to spend that right now, especially on something like that. So yeah, but I still really wanted to be able to record my Wii U, and I'd always heard that the Wii U doesn't do component at all, and apparently this is just some misinformation, because it totally supports component as long as you have the cable. They just don't seem to sell an official Wii U component cable. I mean, whatever. And it comes with HDMI, and HDMI is a lot better. When I tested this out, I plugged my Wii U in through component. I noticed that I could see it clearly. The image wasn't as sharp, and the colors weren't as good. And oh well. The important part is I can record Wii U games. So that means I could do a Let's Play of something of, like, say, Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, which is a really fun game. And so far, it's actually my favorite Wii U game. That'll probably change, but Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge is fantastic. Whatever you heard about the original Ninja Gaiden 3, you can ignore it for Razor's Edge. It's much better. The only thing I'll say about the game that's not positive is that the bosses are a weak point of the game, which is sad. The bosses should be the highlight, but for the most part, the fights themselves are pretty lame. And there's one guy you actually fight several times throughout the game, which is always annoying. So, you know, whatever. In any case, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. Yeah. Well, I haven't been doing videos, software, and Wii U stuff. So cool. So I can spend the last few minutes talking about Phantasy Star Online 2. Awesome. I like this game. I wish I understood Japanese. I really need to get back to... I have some things to, you know, self-teach Japanese, that kind of stuff. But I just haven't really been using much, and I need to get back into that. And I mean, I know there's an English patch for this, but I don't want to install it because, you know, I want to learn Japanese for more than just, you know, Phantasy Star Online 2. There are a few reasons I want to learn it that aren't really important right now. What sucks is, as I mentioned before, the English version's been delayed. What's up with that? You know, it's already been more than a year. I mean, and my opinion is that they should have had the North American version of this game ready to go at launch of the Japanese. There shouldn't have been a wait. It should have been right away, immediate. Here's Phantasy Star Online 2 around the world. But no, they didn't do that. You know, my opinion is that the game should have been released globally on the same day, and it should be the same servers for everyone, you know, or at least you have the option of playing on the same servers, you know, like Phantasy Star Online. You could, when the Dreamcast version of Phantasy Star Online, you could go onto the Japanese or the European servers and play with, you know, people in Japan or Europe. It was, you know, I never really used it, but it was awesome that it was there. And since then, they've kind of, you know, with Phantasy Star Online, or Phantasy Star Universe, I was about to call it Phantasy Star Online Universe, which doesn't make sense. Phantasy Star Universe, you know, it was separate servers, though the US and Europe shared servers, which is weird. It's like they can figure it out for the US and Europe to share servers, but they can't figure it out for, you know, Europe, the US, and Japan to share servers. I find that suspect. I mean, they've claimed the reason they can't do it is because of the way the monetary transactions work, but that's bull. That's not a real reason. That's just, you know, that's just them trying to justify not doing it. Whatever. You know, it's just silly. Anyway, I have completely learned how to kill Voldragon without trouble. It's one of the nice things about doing post-commentary is I'm not distracted during the fight and sucking like I was during my Phantasy Star Online Let's Play and Volopt. The Volopt, sometimes you can get unlucky. Sometimes he can, in his first form anyway, he can spam, well, you can get caught in a certain way and be screwed. But this guy, no, he doesn't really have any. Voldragon doesn't really seem to have anything that can really, if you get stuck in a pattern for any amount of time, you'll be completely stuck. Though there was one time he hit me and I went flying and I was at low health and I was like, alright, well, as soon as I get up, I'll heal. But then I landed in the lava and I didn't have much health and the lava killed me. And that sucked. This is a great game, though. I just, you know, I wish I had more... I had people to play it with in general. Anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed the Phantasy Star Online 2 footage. I will get back to Phantasy Star... I'll get to Phantasy Star Online Episode 2 sometime soon with running through the forest on Ultimate and, you know, other things. See you later, guys.